Yesterday when I was out and about with my dogs, I noticed the car in front of me bowled a squirrel over. I managed to avoid him myself. There he is on the road. But I slowed down and looked in my rear vision mirror to see whether he was okay. He was kind of moving a little bit, but he didn't look too good. So I decided to swing around and go and check him out, see whether he was dead or not. And when I got back here, I could see that he wasn't moving anymore. So I decided to stop and collect him in my Trader Joe's bag. He was completely unconscious when I picked him up, so it wasn't looking too good. He had a lot of blood on him as well. I figured he was a goner. Anyway, I got him into my car and drove home. It was a bit of a challenge because the dogs were freaking out that there was a half-dead squirrel in the car. Anyway, when I got him home, I popped him in a cage to keep him safe and warm. And he just lay there. You know, he was still breathing, but it wasn't looking too good. He was still bleeding a bit out his nose. I figured he wasn't going to survive. However, later that evening, he recovered. He was awake, alert. He wasn't doing anything. I think he just had a very bad headache. So I left him overnight in his little cage. And in the morning, I secured the dogs and then looked at his cage. I took the towels off the cage. And he's got himself wrapped up in the little white towel I had in there. So I figured that was a good sign. And there was some poops in there. So that's a good sign. Oh, and movement. So that's a good sign. So I figured, oh, time to release. So I grabbed his cage. Yeah, he was looking pretty good. I couldn't see much of him under the towel. But I figured, if he's got himself wrapped up in a towel, then he's probably good enough to release. So off we go. Take the cage outside. Yeah, I'm really pleased to see that he was doing a lot better. I really didn't figure he was going to survive. Anyway, pop the cage outside and gingerly open the door, figuring he would run straight out, but of course he didn't. He needed a little bit of prodding. He's pretty happy with his white towel, I think. One more lift of the towel. Oh, and there he goes. Or she, who knows. Anyway, happy ending. Little squirrel recovered. I really didn't think that was going to be the case. I'm glad I picked him or her up.